was actually going to say, why don't you all stretch? My butt was sore, and I haven't been here as long as you, so if you want to stand up, I'm happy to cede some of my time. Do it, come on, get your butt flying. So, while you're doing that, my name's Jim Middaugh. I'm running for Eric Stent's seat, and thank you all for being here. I'm running because of people like you. This is a terrific city. I live just down Sandy Boulevard in the Kearns neighborhood, where I was co-chair a few years ago. I am currently Eric Stent's chief of staff. I've heard some people who don't like Eric here. I'm accountable for that. I work for Eric, and I'm proud of it. Okay? And I have some really unique differences about me compared to the other candidates. There's a whole bunch of great candidates for this seat, and you've seen them tonight. I think we have an embarrassment of riches of great people running this year, and I'm proud of our city for that too. Here's some things that are different about me. I am the only candidate in this race that qualified for public financing. How did I do that? I worked my tail off. I used my creativity, my strong grassroots network, my great connections here in this town that I've lived in since 1992, where I volunteered for the schools, I volunteered with my neighborhood association, and as Winfred said, you know, Jim, you've helped a lot of people move. And so that's the kind of guy I am. I work hard, and I have a lot of friends, and they all stood up and helped. We collected $1,700 $5 contributions in 10 days. And that same group of people who worked so hard with me to get me qualified are helping me now. I've got shoes on the ground all around this city. I've got more lawn signs up than anybody. I've got hundreds of volunteers helping me out. Here's what we're going to do when we win. We're going to fight for schools. Never again should we see a school in a great neighborhood like this close without a lot more input from this community. I know in this neighborhood there's a lot of young families moving in, and in a few years we could have a great school here that's now closed. I don't like that. I'll fight with the Planning Bureau and make sure that you guys get engaged in that. Schools are going to be our future. They're the best thing we can do for this community. Secondly, affordable housing. Everybody's touched on it. I won't go into too much detail. I'm proud to have Eric Stent's endorsement. He's been the leader on affordable housing in this city for the last decade, and I'll inherit that legacy, and I'll work my tail off to make sure that every family has a safe place to live. Kids deserve a great house, they deserve a safe house and a place to live so they can succeed in life and in school. I'll help make that happen. I'm going to protect our neighborhoods. I know, just like you do in your neighborhood, in Kearns, there's a lot of infill going on. And infill, sometimes right up to the lot line. I live in a house that was built in 1906, and just in the next block, they bulldozed a house and put up a giant place. It's great to have density in Portland. We need it to protect our livability from growth, but you can't do it in every neighborhood, and you need to do it right. You can't cram it in everywhere. We need to be careful and judicious about how we do that. I'm going to make sure, too, that all new development enhances our livability and our natural environment. I've got extensive experience doing environmental work across the city. I started with Portland in 2000, trying to save salmon. They were listed under the Endangered Species Act. I got brought in by the City Council to help every single bureau in the city change the way it operated to help clean up our rivers and streams. And I'm proud to say that I started with a budget of $2.3 million. By the time I was done, I had cut that budget by $1 million voluntarily. Every year, people are saving $1 million because I gave the money back when we got the work done. That's important. It's something that's different about me. I'll keep an eye on the bottom line. I've spent the last year in City Hall, 1 year, so I'm either a rascal insider or I'm somebody with a lot of experience. And I'll leave that up to you to decide, but I'll tell you what, in the year I've been in City Hall, I've negotiated 3 budgets, and I've been more successful than any other chief of staff because we got more money for the priorities, affordable housing, strong schools, and cleaning up our environment than any other office. How did I do that? I did it because I have good relationships, I'm creative, I know how to work well with the people who are already in City Hall, the people who work in all the bureaus. I have their respect. So again, there's 3 things that distinguish me from my opponents. First is experience. I know how to get things done. I've worked hard across all the city bureaus. I've cut my own budget because I didn't need the money anymore. I gave it back for the people who needed it for other projects. Number 2, I'm publicly financed. I'm not a downtown lawyer who's got great connections to developers. I'm beholden to you and the $5 contributions that you gave me. Number 3, I have a deep and long experience working on environmental issues. I will protect your neighborhoods. I will protect our environment. I will make sure your kids have a great place to go to school that's safe and effective, and I really want your vote. You've seen these around. I have some in the back. My website is www.jim4portland.com. Please check it out. Grab yourself a brochure and give me a call and volunteer. We need your help. And for those of you who haven't voted yet, please go to candidatesgonewild.com and select me because I want to get on stage and make a fool out of myself. Thanks very much. I'd be happy to take the questions.